There are days when I crave Indian style macaroni, and then there are days like today where it's raining and it's beautiful outside, and I'm craving a bowl of warm mac and cheese. Then I look out for orders, and I'm like, I can only see the traditional or the classic ones, like the literal mac and cheese. What was I even expecting, right? Like my inner me literally telling me, Fareen, it's actually only that. But me being me, and I can't handle so much of bland without my pitara of masalas. So if you're someone like me, you have landed just right, because we are going to make one pot mac and cheese with loads and loads of vegetables, some protein. So wait till the end. So hello there, this is Fareen and I welcome you in my world of Million Masala. And today we are here launching our first episode of a brand new series from Farheen's Million Masala, which is known as Let's Try, in which I'm going to try some of the wonderful recipes out there on the internet and will get them for you. You know what? You also could give me your favorite chef's recipe and I would try them for you. Sounds like a plan, right? Today's recipe is very close to me as I have taken inspiration from my personal favorite chef Ranveer Brar, and I'm going to try and give it my touch of making it worth the watch. I'm going to link his recipe in the description in case you want to have a look. I would definitely like you guys to check his recipe out and don't forget to subscribe him as well. This recipe is even more special as it is one pot. Yay, which means less cleanup after dinner. Now, as always, let's just look into the ingredients that we are going to need. Here there are some that aren't used by Chef Ranveer, like he made a veg version and I am using chicken for that extra protein. He even used some corn flour or cornstarch slurry, which I am going to avoid it. And as I said, this is an inspiration recipe which I have just taken inspiration from and I have made it, but it is somewhat similar. So you could just wait till the end. So stay tuned. Let's get into the ingredients. 1 whole chicken breast, 1.5 cup of macaroni pasta, 1 and 3/4 cup of milk which is boiled and then cooled, 1 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 stock cube, 1 to 2 teaspoons of olive oil, half tablespoon of black pepper, half tablespoon of salt or salt as per taste, as cheese is also salty, half tablespoon of paprika powder, half tablespoon of oregano. For the veg, you could go all in as to what you or your children like. Here I have taken 1/4 cup of green peas, 1/4 cup of corn kernels, 2 mushrooms which is sliced. You can dice it as well, but I really like the sliced pieces, so I have sliced them. 1/4 cup of green, yellow and red bell pepper, which are again chopped in small cubes, 2 onions chopped, 1/4 cup of carrot chopped, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic chopped, green chillies as per your spice tolerance, or if you're making for kids, you can totally avoid it. I have added little red bird eye chili also for that extra spice and heat. It's totally optional. For the cheese, I have taken half cup of mozzarella cheese, half cup of orange light cheddar cheese, 1 cube of Amul processed cheese. If you don't have the cheddar, you don't have mozzarella, that's totally fine. Even if you have processed cheese, that will work perfectly fine. You can do your alterations here and there. Let's get going with first butterflying the chicken breast. I'm placing a cling wrap on the cutting board and butterflying it. It helps, for even cooking. I'm going to make small gashes so that the seasoning can seep in. I'm going to sprinkle little salt, black pepper, paprika and oregano to the chicken breast, making sure we are seasoning all sides, not forgetting the inside butterflied portion. I'm going to place my pot on a medium flame and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter to the pan and place a butterfly fillet in the pan. Cook your chicken on a medium flame for 5 to 6 minutes on each side. The doneness will also depend on the thickness of your fillet. You could even cut them in strips and add the seasoning later on, but I personally like using the entire fillet because that keeps the juices retained. Flipping around, I'm going to cover the chicken and let it cook in the steam for more 7 to 8 minutes or until cooked perfect. Turning and covering and cooking as and when required, we need some nice brown spots on the chicken. As you can see here, the chicken is nicely cooked and some juices are also released. I'm going to take the chicken out and pour the juices back on the chicken, and I'm going to cover it and keep it so that it can cook in its own steam. As this is a one pot recipe, I'm going to clean our pot with the paper towel and then add 1 tablespoon of butter in the pot and let it melt. I'm even adding 1 or 2 teaspoons of olive oil here so that the butter does not burn. Adding the garlic first, we need to just soften it up to a nice garlicky flavor. Then add in your chopped onions and cook them until they are translucent, just turning a little pink. We aren't looking for the brown here. Then go ahead and add your chillies and carrot, as carrots take a little while to cook. Then adding your corn and green peas. Oh, that looks beautiful already. The colors are amazing. I have the flame high and I'm sauteing it. Add half of your stock cube here. I like seasoning on the go. You know, chef rightly says you can add as many veggies you want and children won't make a fuss as they're going to get a delicious mac and cheese. Add your macaroni. Just let the pasta and the veggies get the garlicky butter flavor so that we are going to keep on mixing it. Once it is completely mixed, you can see a little shine of butter on the pasta. Add 1 cup of hot water and cover and cook for 7 to 8 minutes. You will notice the pasta is turning soft, but it still has a crunch. Once you cut, you're going to see a little white ring inside, so which is still not done. Now add your bell peppers to the pasta, mix, then goes in your sliced mushrooms, adding the remaining half of the stock cube and adding salt and pepper, then goes in your oregano and paprika powder. Mixing well, you can see that the water is evaporating. This is the correct time to add your milk. You can add 2 whole cups of milk if you like your pasta little mushy. Please be reminded that the milk here is boiled and cooled. I am adding 1 3/4 cup of milk. The choice is yours. I'm going to give it a final stir before covering it for a roll boil. Once you see that milk is 90% evaporated, check for seasoning and adjust if you find the need to. I found a little less of the oregano, so I'm adding that. You can see just now, before even adding the cheese, how glossy the pasta is looking. Next comes our guilty pleasure. Your processed cheese goes in first, followed by the mozzarella. Oh, look at that cheese pull, the strings of mozzarella. Here comes the cheddar cheese. I'm going to mix it all up and add back the sliced chicken with the juices. Look how incredibly yummy it looks. I'm checking for the final seasoning and off goes the flame, and this is how incredible this recipe is. I'm sure you'll love this one. You're always gonna make mac and cheese at home, and to top it all, it's 1 pot. So no extra dishes to do. How incredible is that? Top it with some sliced chicken. Isn't that scrumptiously delicious? I'm in love with this recipe. And if you are a health freak like my husband, you can always use gluten-free or quinoa or wheat pasta. It works just fine. Just then the liquid ratio has to be adjusted. But come on, once in a while it's okay, right? given that it has got so much of veggies in it. Sorry, health freaks. I'm definitely sure you're going to love it when you try it. And please don't forget to comment and let us know how it turned out for you. You could also share your favorite chef's recipe to be checked out and tried in the next Let's Try episode. Alternatively, you could also tell me what would you like to see me cook next from my pitara of million masala. I read all your comments and your suggestions are taken into consideration. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. I know it's worth it. Until next scrumptious recipe, this is Fareen signing off. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.